Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling a big one. Yuval Noah Harari's Sapiens.
That's right. A Brief History of Humankind. We've got some key excerpts pulled out.
Yep, and the mission really is to, extract the core ideas and see how they connect to, well, to now, to 2025.
See how they land today, exactly. It's less a book report, more trying to understand its ongoing relevance.
Okay, so Harari frames history around these three big revolutions. Let's start with the first one, the cognitive revolution. What's the key takeaway?
Well, the really big shift, Harari argues, was complex language. But not just talking. It was the ability to talk about things that aren't physically there, abstract stuff.
Like myths, shared stories.
Exactly. Shared myths, fictions. Think gods, nations, money, corporations, even things large groups of strangers could suddenly believe in together.
And that belief allowed for unprecedented cooperation, right?
Precisely. That's the superpower. It lets millions coordinate actions based on these shared ideas, these fictions, something no other species could do. It's kind of the secret sauce of Sapiens.
Okay, so that's the cognitive. Then comes the agricultural revolution. And Harari calls this one, well, he calls it a fraud, which is pretty bold.
It is bold. His argument isn't that it didn't lead to more food overall or larger populations. It did. But for the average person, he argues it often meant harder, more monotonous work. A worse diet, actually. More disease, more dependence on a few crops.
So progress for the species, maybe, but a tougher life for the individual farmer.
Yeah, kind of a trade-off. It laid the groundwork for cities, for surplus, but also for, social hierarchy and inequality. It wasn't necessarily a better deal day to day for many.
Interesting. Okay, third revolution, the scientific revolution. This one feels maybe more straightforwardly positive.
On the surface, perhaps. I mean, the commitment to observation, evidence, admitting ignorance, it unleashed incredible innovation. Technology, medicine, global understanding through science.
But there's a but coming, I sense.
Well, yeah, Harari points out it also gave us unprecedented power to reshape the planet, manipulate life itself. And with that power came huge new ethical dilemmas we're still grappling with.
Okay, let's connect these threads to 2025. How do these big historical shifts, these revolutions, resonate now?
Well, take those shared fictions from the cognitive revolution. Think about economic systems today. Capitalism, for instance. It's a powerful shared belief system, right? About value, growth, markets.
And when belief in that system wavers, like with economic uncertainty, you really see the impact.
Exactly. It highlights how much of our reality is built on these agreed-upon stories.
And the ethical side of the scientific revolution. That seems to map directly onto things like AI, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The pace of AI development is forcing huge questions. What does it mean for jobs, for society, for, what it means to be human? It's that same pattern. New power, new ethical tightropes to walk.
Are we building the right shared frameworks, the right myths maybe, to handle AI?
That's the crucial question, isn't it? And Harari's work pushes you to ask it.
What about the agricultural revolution's downsides? Any echoes today?
You could argue there are parallels. Think about aspects of modern work, the pressure, the insecurity in some sectors, like the gig economy, perhaps.
Feeling tied to the system, maybe gaining efficiency but losing something else?
Potentially, yeah. That trade-off between collective advancement and individual well-being, it's a recurring theme, it seems.
And it's worth just mentioning Harari himself, the Israeli historian behind this. Sapiens has had a massive reach by now, hasn't it?
Oh, huge. Sold millions and millions, translated widely. His perspective, this very long-term view, has influenced a lot of thinkers, especially on topics like, AI ethics, climate change, the big picture stuff.
So, stepping back, the real value of revisiting Sapiens is this broad perspective it offers.
I think so, yeah. It forces you to question the things we take for granted, our economic systems, our national identities, our beliefs about progress. To see them as constructed, as things that evolved.
It's about understanding the historical roots of how we cooperate, maybe conflict too.
Right. And realizing that these systems, these shared fictions, aren't set in stone. They shape us, but we also shape them.
So a final thought, perhaps, as people navigate 2025.
Maybe reflect on the shared fictions you live by today. What are they? Where did they come from? And are they still serving us well as we face the future?
Understanding the past to navigate the present. Thanks for exploring Sapiens with us today.